Hello everyone, we have a new equipment banner, and in this video I'm going to talk about these equipment and I'm going to break it down and let you guys know if it's worth summoning. Crystal Stinger can be equipped on infantry, archer, and assassins. Critical rate and critical damage plus 10%. So usually on top of head when it comes to critical rate and critical damage we think about assassins. If skill is greater than enemy before entering battle, then ignore 20% of the enemy's defense. So honestly, infantry I can only think about maybe Lanford. Lanford can use this, and Sakura. But honestly, this is more a sword for assassin. So before I go on further, I'm going to show you guys a comparison of a dagger and a bow. Okay, a quick comparison between a dagger and a bow. A dagger gives you 96 flat attack, 54 flat skill, and a bow gives you 107 flat attack and 43 flat skill. So a bow is 11 attack higher than a dagger, while a dagger is 11 higher skill than the bow. So the attack doesn't matter, 11 attack, but what does 11 skill equivalent to? 11 skill equivalent to 1.1% crit rate, which, yes, 1.1%, which is not very useful. So does that mean the dagger is trash? So no, Crystal Stinger doesn't work like this. So now let's go back to the Crystal Stinger. So basically you guys are probably wondering about how strong is ignoring 20% of enemy's defense. And the 20% that you ignore is not just the character's 20%. Well, it is, but for example, if the character that you're trying to target is standing on a, for example, city wall or forest, so there's going to be another 20% or 30% defense terrain. So is the character's overall defense plus the terrain's defense equal to whatever defense percent it is? Well, whatever defense it is. So you minus that 20%. For example, the character you want to attack has 1,000 defense standing on a city wall. That's 30%. So now the character has 1,300 defense. So how much are you ignoring? You're ignoring 260 flat defense. So it's actually really good, but I can't say it's really good. But now you look at a bow. There's extreme magic bow for assassin. There's Uller bow for the assassin. For example, when you use Omega, is it worth sacrificing the effect? For example, now you will have to fear against a mage when attacking at 2 range, but on the other hand, if you do have extreme magic bow, you have no fear against a mage. So if you're using Omega, it doesn't really make sense that when you can kill at 3 range, and now you have to risk taking damage at 2 range. So as all preference, I think this dagger is really good on assassins who can probably be good on infantry too, but I don't know if I want to sacrifice the attack when it comes to infantry, because assassin ignores guard, and I think this is perfect because ignores guard, ignores defense, so it's almost a guaranteed kill. So usually, like current meta right now, even without this dagger here, most of the strong assassins can one-shot the squishies, right? So preference, of course, and I think it's really good on assassins who can't retreat after a kill. For example, Omega, when you kill, you can pretty much go back to safety, and then Sarita with now the 3C, whenever you kill, you can move 3 steps back. So characters I would think would be good is on maybe Hiei, because now Hiei usually kills something and then dies right away in a PvP match. And or upcoming SP Sigma. SP Sigma teleports to your opponent and then basically trades a kill as well. Then this way you want to secure a kill as an assassin. If you can't kill anything and you basically didn't trade anything, right? So really preference. And now let's take a look at the next equipment. Okay, next we have is the chest piece. Twilight Guard can be equipped on Mage, Holy, and Demon. The stats is magic defense plus 10%, healing effects plus 10%. So this is really good on healer. I mean, it's for healing, right? So it's good on healer, and I think this is potentially best for Rosensio. Rosensio has very low healing power, and for PvE and PvP, I think this is her best chess piece. Let's talk about PvE first. PvE, if you do use her, you want to heal as much as possible. Especially if you have, if you're using a healer, you should have a tank or you should be outside of the danger zone. Which means I think this one's better than Tenyo overall when it comes to PvE. But when it comes to PvP, Rosensio, sure, I think it's also really good for her because she's immune to debuffs. She's not afraid of debuffs. And she wants to heal as much as possible for herself and for the teammate. And most of the time, you should have a tank around you when you're using Rosensio. If not, well, when she uses her 3C, she just sits there, right? So I guess as long as she can self-heal, doesn't get one shot, then she's good. But when it comes to other healer, though, other healer is very debatable, especially, well, I'm not going to talk about PvE. PvE, you want as much healing as possible, again, because you most likely have a tank around you, and your whole team acts first before your enemy's face. But when it comes to PvP, it's very situational, and the stats is the stats that I think is not very good because its magic defense was 10%. I think when it comes to PvP, the biggest fear would be against physical damage rather than just magic defense. Most likely magic defense, you probably should have a healer, not a healer, sorry, a tank that can protect you. So yeah, debatable. I think as long as a healer, you want to survive. If you can't survive, you can't even heal anything. So that healing effect is irrelevant. You probably want to try your best to stay alive. The higher chance, I mean, the longer you survive, the higher chance you can win the battle when it comes to PvP. Doomsday Herald can be equipped on flyers, archers, aquatic, and assassin. I think the magic defense plus 10% stats is not really relevant when it comes to these classes. I think flyers okay, pretty good, because they have last right. So now we look at the effect here. After taking action, 50% chance to inflict cannot be healed on an enemy within 2 blocks, last 1 turn. The cannot be healed is a very strong effect. Now let's talk about PvE first. I think PvE, this helmet is trash. How many of the enemies can heal? And especially since it lasts 1 turn. For example, sometimes, let's say if we fight in these challenges, when we fight against a boss, they're, we can tell when they're going to heal. But now, let's say if you wear this helmet, you need it to proc, but there's only 50% chance to proc. Or you're going to, you need to gamble that to get that effect. So maybe I think it's more reliable if you, for example, use Elwyn's Sword Soul to anti-heal, would probably be a little bit more reliable. Okay, now we talk about PvP. PvP I think is not that good as well, especially is on these classes that all their exclusive most likely are helmet. So exclusive versus this, I think we all would choose the exclusive unless we don't have enough controllers. And it's really unfortunate that most of the flyers, archers, aquatic, and assassin, their best helmet is the exclusive. For example, juggler, there's no way you're not going to use the exclusive over this. And then we have most of the flyers, even assassins such as Sarita. Do you want this or you want Sarita? Assassin, this thing is irrelevant because you want to kill your opponent and not, stand there and hoping to proc this effect. Effect-wise, I think it's good, especially in PvP. Is really annoying, but for these classes, how often can you be at that 2 blocks? I don't know, and I guess it's very situational. Lastly, we have Heart of Gaia. Accessories can be equipped on anyone. All stats plus 5%. That's good, really good. Immune to heal, reversal, and curse of wounding. This sounds like a counter accessories against a demon called Listel. Okay, so this is basically to counter Listo. Listo has Curse of Wounding as talent, Heal Reversal, her finger, Heal Reversal, and this is good against Sakura's AoE. But this only immune to Heal Reversal and Curse of Wounding. Heal Reversal is when your healer has this applied, whoever he or she heals, then it will deal damage to your ally. And Curse of Wounding is basically whoever has that effect cannot receive healing. But this does not mean you can counter against anti-heal. Anti-heal is, for example, Elwyn's Sword Soul. And this one in PvE, I think there's not many chances that I can use. Some challenges, yes, but like the recent challenge, the Black Cat Trio, that one you can use it. Yeah, and challenges I can't think of it on top of my head. But when it comes to PvE, I think this is really strong. For example, if you're using Juggler, you don't have to ban Listo anymore. That's all Listo can do. Heal Reversal, and that's very deadly when it comes to Juggler if you don't have Gospel, because Juggler will full damage his teammate. But the downside is that if you look at the flat stats here, the base stats, it gives 75 attack and 43 flat defense. So this doesn't really, this is not good on Juggler, because Juggler wants defense and HP. But this one, the attack is not relevant on Juggler. So I think at the end of the day, Bracer and maybe Spirit Boots would be better on Juggler. So attack and defense, the only character that I think can use this optimally would be Yusuke, because Yusuke wants attack and defense, and his biggest fear is against Heal Reversal and Curse of Wounding, especially if you have the, how would you call it, the exclusive, not the exclusive, the hammer that when your ally dies, you heal more. So this is really good on Yusuke, and now Yusuke don't have to fear against these weaknesses. Character who I think can also benefit from this accessory would probably be Kuwabara, the tank from Yu Yu Hakusho. Character uses Crystal Warlock, because there's self-healing after when you end your turn. Basically, whoever ends your turn and has automatic self-healing, I think this is good. Other than that, who else can deal Curse of Wounding and Heal Reversal? That's Sakura, Listo, Hiei's 3C, Brenda, Shoutier casts on herself. Okay, maybe she can use it. Yeah, on top of my head, not many. So PvE, not really useful. PvP, maybe. And all stats plus 5% is pretty tempting to use. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys have a better understanding about this gear. And in my opinion, if you don't play PvP, there's no reason to pull for these. Usually the equipment banner is really for PvP players. And when the banner ends, these gears will be in the regular regular drop rate pool. So if you miss summoning it, you can still get it in the near future. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye bye.